Hello friends, my name is Bobby Thomas. Today we will create a simple Spring Boot application, containerize it and deploy it into AWS. We will try to do that in 10 minutes. Let's get quickly started. Let's go to Spring Initializer. For this demo, we will create a Gradle project. Let's create a simple demo. We will add web and actuator as dependencies, generate a project. Let's extract it. Let's open the project in IDE. Okay, now we have a simple Spring Boot app. Let's add a simple controller. All it does is we expose an endpoint /greet and it will return hello. Spring Boot Docker demo. So let's run this. Yes, you can see the message coming. We'll also check the health endpoint and make sure that the actuator is up and running as well. So yes, so it's running fine. So let's stop that. So we have a simple Spring Boot app now. The next step is to containerize the Spring Boot app. For that, we need to add a Docker file. Let's quickly put the Docker file. I will explain this in detail later. Now, this is good enough for us to build the Docker image, but we can, instead of directly running, we will use Docker plugin, Gradle Docker plugin to build it. So let's open build.gradle. Add the dependencies, apply the Docker plugin, and create a task Docker. Now we are ready to build our Docker images. So before I do that, I will show you the Docker images I have. All I have is 3 images. So let's build it. This should create a new artifact and then build a new Docker image. Yeah. As you can see, we have a new Docker image now. Let's quickly run it. We can use the same curl commands to make sure that the application is up and running. Yeah, it's up and we will hit the endpoint. Yeah, so it's all good. So we have a working, fully functional Docker image locally. So the next step is to push the Docker image to ECR. So for that, you need AWS CLI. First, let's log into AWS CLI, get a login so that we can push Docker images to ECR. Let's also go to ECS containers. We will basically create a new repository. Let's put Spring Boot demo. Next step, and create. So it actually gives you the instruction on how you can push image from local to the ECR repository. So let's do that now. So before that, we need to tag the Docker image. So let's do that. Images. So that's not our Docker image. So we will change. So we can see that we tagged a new image. So all it did is it's exact same image ID. It just put a new tag on it. Now let's push the Docker image. So this might take a while because it's roughly more than 100 MB, I think 120 megabytes. So it might take a while. So while that's going on, let's go back to the ECR AWS console. Look at the repositories. Spring Boot demo is our Docker image repository where we expect the images to be present once the push is complete. Once images are present, we will create a ECS cluster. We'll define the task and then run it in a cluster. So let's pause the video here and resume once it is downloaded. Let's continue. As you can see, the image has been pushed to ECR, Amazon Container Registry. Let's quickly go to ECS Container Service. We had the repository Spring Boot demo. Now you should be able to see the new image what we have pushed. So that's great. That's okay. So far what we have done is created a simple Spring Boot app, Dockerized it, created a local image, and then pushed the image to Docker image repository. Now let's create let's deploy this Docker image into AWS. So for that, what we'll do is we'll create a container. Let's call it Spring Boot demo. We need to provide the URL. Let's put 2024 port mapping. We will map port 8080. We will also add the health check. That's our actuator for health check. Let's do every 60 seconds with a timeout of 5. Start period, let's give 20 seconds and retries 2. So that should be fine. Others, let's keep it default. Now let's create the task definition. Let's call it Spring Boot demo task. Let's give 1 GB memory because that's what we asked for, and save. So that should be it. Next. So let's create an application load balancer. So what we want is we don't want to expose the service directly. We'll create a load balancer in front to redirect. You can actually set the desired task to more than one if you like. Next. Let's go with the default option. Next. Create. So now, as you can see, it's actually started creating. So behind the scene, what happens is it creates a cloud formation script. Cloud formation. So you can see that create is in progress. So you can actually see the template here. It is actually trying to create a VPC, couple of subnets, route tables, a load balancer, EC2 instances, etc., etc. So we have to wait for this tag to be created for us to proceed. Uh, so let's wait. Let's pause again while the tag gets created. Okay, the stack creation is complete now. Let's go to EC2 load balancer URL, load balancers. So that's the URL. Let's test it. Slash delete. I think the stack, even though the stack is created properly, the application is still coming up. So let's have a look at the logs, see what's going on. Spring Boot demo. Yeah. Okay, so you can see the application is starting up now. Okay, it started, so it should be coming up pretty soon. Uh, I think we missed a port, so we exposed it on port 8080. Okay, so that's a message. So let's check actually. It's up. So we can see the logs in the CloudWatch. We have the stack up and running, exposed through a load balancer, and containers running in Fargate. So that took